How you can get your driver's license. When you're 10 years old, you just want to be able to drive anywheres in the world. However, you gotta wait another 6 years. How unfair. Well, when you turn 16, you have to complete tests, you have to complete driver's license tests and all stuff like that in order for you to become a professional driver. And today, we are going to talk about some of those basics. How you can drive a car illegally. I'm just kidding. Well, when you turn 16 and you want to drive a car, you first have to pass a driver's test, a written driver's test that you must receive an 80% on. Well, that's probably a little bit too hard for you because you have to study first. Hey, a hot one is driver's ed. Why not take some hours after school and learn a little bit about the roads with an instructor teacher that will go over plenty of rules for you to be able to pass your test. Believe it or not, that is exactly what I did. I spent a couple hours after school to learn about the ways of the road. And when it became test day, I didn't even have to review the driver's manual book because I was so familiar with what to expect on the driver's test. Written one. If you were able to receive an 80% on your written driver's test, well, congratulations, because you are now able to drive a car. Woo! Now, since you have your beginner's driver's license, you now must wait 12 months in order for you to take your road test. And if you took driver's ed or some form of driving course, then that can be decreased to only 8 months. A new driver, such as yourself, is not allowed to drive with passengers other than a supervised driver with 3 years or more of experience. A level 1 driver, which is you, cannot drive between midnight and 5 a.m. As long as you follow those rules, I would recommend that you train up because once those 12 months are done, a road test, wow. Well, I'll tell you, you gotta train up because it is a blast trying to pass it. After 8 or 12 months, you are now ready to take your road test. And I don't know if anyone can ever be ready for it. All they ask you is to follow the rules of the road. And that sounds easy, but it truthfully isn't. Because if you make one major mistake at all, for example, swerving into the next lane, forgetting to turn on your signal blinker, or accidentally leaving it on by chance, you will instantly fail your road test. During the road test, you are expected to know signs, you are expected to know how to change lanes, you are expected to know how to parallel park. Even though you'll probably never have to do it again in your life, you need to be prepared for this road test. You also are required to know basic things in your vehicle, like brakes, parking brakes, blinkers, wipers, things like that. You must be familiar with them before you do your road test. When I did my road test, I had to brace the cold. Not only the cold, I had to brace the snowbanks that are in the city. It was very hard for me to see if I was able to turn because the snowbanks were so hard. Preferably, do it in the summer, not in the cold winter like today. Driving is not a right. It's a privilege, and we must do our very best to make sure it stays that way. As we gain more experience on the road during our day-to-day activities, we learn more skills than we ever knew we could before. If there's a dumb driver on the road, you'll be the first to know. We are all only human beings, and we can all hope that you are now an excellent driver. And as always, thanks for watching.